Good morning, Silverdale leaders. The Silverdale History Club has discovered that our school has a long and deep-rooted history within our community.
We know that everyone and everything has a story, and our school happens to have a story that goes back almost 150 years ago.
So with the help of Miss Harris and all of our Silverdale Club members, we would like to present a short film called Leaders of Tomorrow.
The history of the first leaders of Silverdale Elementary.
I am Isaiah Martinez, narrator and fourth grade student from Miss Miller's homeroom.
Hi leaders, I am Adeline, narrator and third grader at Silverdale in Miss Mortimer's class.
150 years ago, our community looked very different. Farmland surrounded the area. Crops like tobacco were planted to make money. The town where our school was located was not known as Maysville. The town was actually called Silverdale, and it was home to many newly freed African Americans as a community. They came together, and together they would build homes, stores, churches, and schools.
Even before the end of slavery and the end of the Civil War, many people from up north were coming down south to towns like Silverdale to support African Americans in their pursuit of freedom. One of these northerns was Bishop James Walker Hood, JW for short. He would be the person who would lead the Silverdale community to build their first free public school for African American children living in their own town.
The Civil War had destroyed homes and land during battles. It took a lot of work from people who had lived in the South and the North to rebuild after so much loss.
A few cool things we learned about Bishop Hood was that he was born in 1831 and grew up in Chester County, Pennsylvania, where Bishop J.W. Hood grew up. He would have been considered a free person. That means that he was not born into slavery. Bishop Hood and his family agreed that slavery was wrong. That's why his childhood home would become a safe house for slaves that joined the Underground Railroad to escape slavery. The Underground Railroad was not a real train. Instead, brave people would lead enslaved people to states where slavery was illegal. They did this by walking long distances at night. They would only stop at houses of people that they knew were going to help them get to freedom.
Bishop J.W. Hood did not go to school. In fact, he started working when he was only 9 years old. Bishop Hood was a really tall and a big guy, which may have made him seem intimidating. But everyone that met Bishop Hood would have agreed that he was not only kind, but he was funny, outgoing, and he was not afraid to stand up for what was right. In 1868, Bishop Hood was elected as the assistant superintendent of the public instruction for the African American public school. This meant that he would travel all over North Carolina to help communities like Silverdale to set up their first public school in 1869. Bishop Hood helped fund and construct the very first Silverdale school. The first school was built out of wood. It had one classroom, no electric, one teacher, and one class had up to 30 students at a time. A single teacher taught students reading from first graders to eighth graders.
Even then, the teacher at the first Silverdale school were bravely leading their students and opening their minds to new ideas and ways to learn.
He would go on and create one of the first African American college in North Carolina. The name is Livingstone College. It is located in Southbury, North Carolina.
Everything I got is done in pawn.
Bishop Hood believed that a community was built on two things, faith and education. By building a church and school next to one another, Bishop Hood was establishing the first free public school for African American children in the community of Silverdale.
Fast forward to today, and Silverdale has grown from being a one-room school to now having 4 buildings, 39 classroom teachers, and up to 665 students. Our school's diverse culture has flourished, especially with the help of Franklin Covey's Later in Me program. We owe a huge thank you to Bishop Hood because Silverdale Elementary may not have even existed if it weren't for his leadership in creating churches and schools together. Bishop Hood wanted people to have faith in their communities and in themselves. Hood knew that through education, children in the Silverdale community could be the leaders of their own future. This is why we believe Bishop J.W. Hood is the original Silverdale leader.
Now, the Silverdale History Club would like to present you with a stop-motion film that was created during club days by all of our members.